Hi boys and girls, Miss Scully here to teach you a grammar lesson about singular possessive nouns and plural possessive nouns. Remember, at any time during the video, you may pause and rewind if you need to hear something again. When I ask you to try the examples, I would like you to pause the video, take as much time as you need, and then hit play when you're ready to view the answers. While you're watching the video, be sure you have your pencil and your notebook so you can take notes and so you can write the examples down so I can see if you understood them or what you need some help with tomorrow in class. All right, we are ready. In order to learn about possessive nouns, remember a noun is a person, a place, or thing. Yes, it can also be an animal. The word possessive means that you're showing ownership. So you're showing that something belongs to the person, to the place, or to the thing. And in order to show possession, you use an apostrophe, and sometimes you may need to use an S also. First, we're going to look at singular possessive nouns. Remember, singular means one person, one place, one thing. When you make something singular possessive, you're showing that one person, one place, or one thing owns something. Now, there's a rule in order to make a noun that's singular possessive, and it's very simple. All you do is add apostrophe S. Does not matter what letter the noun ends with, you're adding an apostrophe S to make it singular possessive. So let's look at some examples. We have this noun girl, which is singular. So we add an apostrophe S to show that the purse belongs to the girl because the word that comes after the noun is showing what they own. So the purse belongs to the girl. It's the girl's purse. Now we have the noun bus. Okay, one bus. Even though it ends with an S, it's not making it plural. That's just the noun. That's the word, bus. So we want to show that the driver belongs to the bus. So it's the bus's driver. And you add an apostrophe S to show ownership. Now I want you to try some on your own. So you're going to take the word dress and show that the stripes belong to the dress. The dress is stripes. You're going to do the same thing for teacher. You're going to show that the class belongs to the teacher. So it's the teacher's class. So take a moment, hit pause, please. Write down your answers. Make sure you include what they're owning also. And when you are ready, hit pause so we can view. All right, so the word dress, we have the noun dress and we want to make it possessive, showing that the stripes belong to the dress. And in order to do that, it's simple. We add an apostrophe S, the dress's stripes. Now, for teacher, it's singular also. So if you follow the rule, all you do is add an apostrophe S to show that the class belongs to the teachers. Pretty simple? I hope so. If not, make a little note that you need some extra practice with this, and I can help you then tomorrow. Now we're going to move on to plural nouns. Remember, a plural noun means more than one person, place, or thing. So there's two or more people, two or more places, two or more things. And in order to make a plural noun possessive, you're just showing that more than one person is owning something, more than one place is owning something, or more than one thing is owning something. Now, plural possessive nouns have two rules, okay? The first one is when you have a noun that ends with an S, because let's face it, most nouns that are plural, we add an S to show that they're plural. So when you have a noun that ends with an S, because it's plural, all you do is add an apostrophe. Now, the second rule, though, is with nouns that are plural, but they don't end with S. And I know you're probably thinking, well, nouns that end with S show us that they're plural, but not always. There are some ones that follow special rules, which we've already reviewed. When they do not end with an S, you follow the rule of adding an apostrophe S to it. Don't worry, we're going to look at some examples first before you try it on your own. So first we're going to focus on plural nouns that end with S. So for example, girls, more than one girl. We want to show that the purse belongs to more than one girl. So all we do is add the apostrophe because girls ends with an S. Same thing with dogs. Okay, we know dogs means there's more than one. So more than one dog owns the bone. And all we have to do is add the apostrophe. You wouldn't want to say the dog's bones. You just say the dog's bone. Okay, you're showing that multiple dogs are owning that bone. And you do that by just adding the apostrophe. Let's try some. So now you have the noun dresses. You want to show that the stripes belong to multiple dresses. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing with class. You want to show that multiple teachers own the class. So please pause the video, write down the possessive noun showing what it owns, and hit play when you are ready to view the answers. Okay, so we're going to look at dresses. We want to show that the stripes belongs to the dresses, and in order to do that, the noun already ends with an S because it's plural. So all we need to do is add the apostrophe. The dresses stripes. Now we're looking at teachers. More than one teachers own this class. It ends with an S, so all we do is add the apostrophe. Pretty simple so far? Let's look at some of the nouns that are plural but don't end with S. Women. Remember, you don't say women's, we say women. Okay, you change woman to women to show that it's more than one. So in order to show that more than one woman owns the flower, you say the women's flowers. Because it doesn't end with an S, we add the apostrophe S. Just like children. Okay, I don't say the child's is, you say the children's books. So we know children already means more than one, so we add the apostrophe S to show that more than one child owns the book. Your turn now. You're going to take the word men, which already is plural, more than one, and you're going to show that multiple men own the tools. Then you're going to do the same with people. It's not one person, it's multiple. It's people. We want to show that the park belongs to the people. So please pause the video now, write these down in your notebooks for the example, and when you are finished, hit play to check your answers. All right, so in order to show that the tools belong to the men, we need to add apostrophe S. Remember, it doesn't end with an S, so we add the apostrophe S, which would mean in order to make people possessive, you add apostrophe S to show that it's the people's park. Okay, now, I know you might be thinking, well, how do you determine if it's singular possessive or plural possessive? Good question. To determine if a possessive noun is singular or plural, you cover the apostrophe and everything that's behind it. So, for example, dogs, okay, we would cover the apostrophe and anything behind it. If the noun in front of the apostrophe is singular, that means it's singular possessive. So when we cover the apostrophe and S, we're left with the word dog, which shows us that it's singular possessive. Now, if the noun in front of the apostrophe is plural, so for example, we have dogs, then the apostrophe. When we cover that apostrophe, we're left with the word dogs, which tells us that it's now plural possessive. Now let's look at the word mice, because it says mices, but remember, mice is a special word. It's the plural for mouse. So when we cover the apostrophe and everything behind it, we're left with the noun mice. And mice is plural, which means it is plural possessive. So now I want you to try the next three examples on your own. Let's take a look. We have trees, and gooses. So I already showed you here how to cover it. You cover the apostrophe and anything that's behind it. You cover the apostrophe and anything behind it, and you cover the apostrophe and anything behind it. Take a moment and pause, please, and I would like you to write if it's singular possessive or plural possessive. When you're ready, hit play to view the answers. Now, when we look at the first example, trees, we covered the apostrophe. We're left with the word trees, which tells us it's plural possessive. Now, when we look at the next example, which again is trees, we're covering an apostrophe S this time because you cover the apostrophe and anything that's behind it. So we're left with the noun tree, which tells us singular possessive. And you do the same thing for the last one, which is gooses. When we cover the apostrophe, and then that means we cover the S because it's behind it, we're left with the noun goose, which tells us that it's singular possessive. So I hope that this lesson was informative for you and that you did a pretty nice job on the examples. If you feel like you're struggling, please let me know. And if you have any questions or any examples that you may have a question about, write them down and we can review them in class tomorrow. Remember, if you're confused on this, you can also go back and watch the video again to see if maybe you missed something and then you understand it the second time. All right, make sure you bring your notebooks to class tomorrow so we can check to see how you did. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow.